Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harshini. I am from CSC College. So recently, I completed my social internship in remote mode as per the domain agriculture. As part of my social internship, I visited the villages Rangangudam, Singanagudam, Hanuman Junction, which are surrounded villages of my village. And I also explored how the farmers faced challenges in the agricultural fields, as in various issues like water scarcity, soil erosion, and climate change, etc. And I knew about the cultivation of the crops in the agriculture fields according to the seasons. I know the amount of pesticides and the fertilizers they use in the agriculture fields, which are suitable to the crops. And while interacting with the farmers, I noticed some key issues such as lack of awareness of the government schemes. Many of the farmers do not have any benefits from the government, and they do not have any support from the government. And beyond this, I learned about some points from the forest, that is, crop patterns and irrigation techniques, water shortage techniques, and post harvest taxes, etc. And practicing challenges like input rising of course. This experience taught me how the agriculture is important as well as when compared to the remaining occupations and professions in the India. So, by using these experience, I prepared a social internship report, final report presentation, which includes understanding the domain in 7 days social internship of my 7 days journey of my social internship, and identifying the real problems of the farmers and documentation proofs of geotag photos. So now I'm going to represent the social internship. So this is my social internship final report presentation. The first slide consists of the understanding of the domain agriculture. Agriculture is generally known as farming. It is an art and science which shapes the earth part of earth crust, and by cultivating the crops and plants and growing the plants in the agriculture fields, etc. So many of the people and majority of the people in the India are choosing their occupation as agriculture, especially the people who live in the rural areas, taking their occupation as agriculture. So we can say that agriculture is the backbone of the India. And the second point is the sustainable goals. The goals which are linked with the agriculture is first one is zero hunger. This is one type. This is the type of one sustainable goal which links with the agriculture and focuses to increase the agriculture productivity and increase the social small scale farmers, etc. And the second one is the clean of water and sanitizations. So this goal represents the sustainable irrigation and reduction of water pollution from fertilizers and the pesticides are crucial of water conservation. And the third one is resume of consumption on production, which encourages the efficient use of resources and which a reduction of food loss and waste and also adopting the farming techniques, etc. And the fourth one is the climate change action. This promotes the climate smart irrigation techniques and agricultural techniques, and which protects the fields from greenhouse gassing emissions and effects. So the sample activities which are performed in my social internship are field surveys and interviewing the farmers and taking the geotag photos with them, and also the field study which clarify my doubts and which promote the practices of the agriculture, and the relevance in the community which promotes the food supplies to all the people in the world and ensures the stable food supplies and and using of the cropping techniques, irrigation techniques, and shortage techniques in the fields. So the next slide represents my 7 days journey of social internship. First and second days, I visited to the village Rangangudam and I interviewed the farmers about the cropping techniques, and I knew the cultivating of the crops in the place. And the third, fourth, fifth days, I visited to the Singanagudam village, which is famous for the crashing crops, and it is famous of the palm oil plantations in the place. And the sixth and seventh days, I refers to the I visited the village Veervalli. In the Veervalli, I visited some fields and knew about the challenges that are faced by the farmer from the agriculture fields. And the challenges which I had observed mostly is is the climate change is majority of the thought, and the water saving techniques are like drip irrigation is most effective, and organic farming methods is also very important in the agriculture fields. And I learned that the climate changes and weather unpredictable weather in the fields. So the solution of this I made in the social internship is I planned my visiting of the agriculture as per the weather report. As depends on the weather. So the next slide represents the identifying the problem of the agriculture. Identifying the problem of the farmers in the agriculture fields. So mostly I noticed that the farmers they have I noticed that the so many of the farmers facing the water scarcity problems in the agriculture fields. Farmers in many regions are facing water scarcity issues due to the heavy rainfalls and overdated use of the groundwater and suddenly rain falling in the agriculture fields. So the action should be taken to promote these issues in the agriculture is drip irrigation techniques and water storage techniques and water harvesting processes in the agriculture fields. So the outcome which I had observed in some villages, like some farmers began the water harvesting techniques in their fields. So the next slide represents the documentation and proofs of my social internship. The first picture tells you about indicates you that the game that I had played in the My Government app, that is Swachh Bharat. And the second one is represents the water sanitization quiz which I had played in the My Government app. And the Government app. And the third one represents the Mahabharat game which I had played in the Epic. And the fourth one picture represents the place which I had, the field which I had visited in the Ranganguda. And the fifth one represents the study that which I had performed in my social internship days to know about more information about the agriculture, and I learned that points from websites. The next slide represents about also the documentation and tools. First slide represents the interacting with the farmers in the fields. And the next one also represents the organic methods that I had collected from the old elder of my village. And the for third images represents I make the people to play the lippy game to gain more knowledge from that game. And the remaining pictures are the part of my social internship, which use more information about the agriculture in my social internship. So this is my representation of my social internship, which I had performed to know more about the domain of agriculture. Thank you.